So it's no big secret that Korea is #1 in the world in terms of plastic surgery. And I'm not 100% sure why, but I do have a 5-part theory on why Korea is #1 with plastic surgery. Now, before I say any of this, remember, I'm not some cultural anthropology expert or anything like that. This just comes from my experience living in Korea and also growing up in a Korean home. But I think the numbers are actually kind of a little bit skewed. The majority of plastic surgery in Korea is, from my understanding, these small little things on the eyes called 쌍꺼풀 수술. And this is basically just to make an Asian eye look more like a Westerner's eye, to have this double eyelid kind of thing. Of course, there are really drastic surgeries, like cutting the jawline over here. This one's really popular to make it a smaller face. But my understanding is the majority of people that do get plastic surgery get it for their eyes, and probably a little more after that. So the first reason that I think Korea is #1 with plastic surgery is because Korean society is a very image-centric society. Living here, I realize there are mirrors everywhere. I am not joking. Everywhere. Elevators. There's always mirrors, and girls are always checking themselves out. Dudes are also checking themselves out. There's even mirrors in the subway stations, on the platforms. People are always checking themselves out while they're waiting for the train. Mirrors are everywhere. Girls, a lot of girls have mirrors like this size, and they always put it right in front of their desk at work. I see this all the time, and they just work and check themselves out. It's very common to have a mirror all the time, and that is huge. Now, I know girls around the world have mirrors everywhere, but I mean, I don't know. I think maybe Korea, they kind of overdo it with the mirrors. And another reason Korea is so image conscious is even in supermarkets. People are putting on makeup to go buy groceries, to go buy apples and pears, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even joking, guys put on makeup in Korea. Not everybody, of course, but there are definitely guys that put on makeup just to make themselves look good. So Korea is really image conscious. Even myself, I used to just wear hoodies all the time and I didn't really care what I looked like. But moving to Korea, I started caring a lot more. Let's put it that way. This is me now. This is me back in college. I just didn't care. But in my defense, that was finals week and I was really lazy. But with a picture like that, I definitely would not have been able to get a job in Korea. Because in Korea, you have to put a picture on your resume. This is just totally normal, and also why I think Korea is really image centric, and also reason number 2, competitive. And I'm from New York, and New York is actually a really competitive city, but Seoul is crazy competitive. And of course, competitive, you know, we're talking about studying and work and always trying to be better than the other person, of course, and that includes looking good. So personally, I think that's another reason why a lot of people get plastic surgery here. Number 3 on my theory is the attitude towards plastic surgery. Here in Korea, plastic surgery is kind of a little bit of news, but it ain't shocking. It's like, oh yeah, did you hear? She got her nose did. Oh, good for her. I hear that a lot. And growing up, this is another part of the attitude. People here are brutally honest. Now, let me tell you a story. I gained about 20 pounds after my freshman year in college. But I met a friend of mine, an American friend, and she made a comment and she said, oh, you look healthy. Right? But I saw my aunts and uncles, and one of my uncles said, dang, you got fat. Now among friends, it's not so much honesty where it's like, dang, you got fat. But definitely among family members, yeah, Koreans, I'm pretty sure, are very honest. And because that is the attitude here, I think that's why plastic surgery is not such a big deal. And even a lot of parents, they encourage plastic surgery to their kids. A lot of high school students, when they graduate or when they pass a test, their parents promise them to get them plastic surgery. So plastic surgery, it's really not considered such a bad thing over here. It's just considered a thing. Okay, so number 5, and this one I'm the least sure about, but it's about shamanism, which is Korea's old traditional religion. Now this religion was really materialistic. It really focused on this world kind of thing and praying for things of this world. For example, passing a test, getting married, having a son. All of this stuff is focused on this world as opposed to the, you know, spiritual world. So personally, I think that old school religion is really deeply rooted in Korean society and Korean culture. And it has something to do with people getting plastic surgery. I'm not sure what, but I'm pretty sure it does. Alright, so that's about it for my theory. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not an expert, but I think it makes sense. If you have your own conclusions or any questions, you could always leave me a comment. Alright, see ya.